Guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we will learn how to set XAMPP with MySQL. So for that we need some prerequisites listing below. So first we need to install MySQL. So we go to Google and write MySQL download. Clicking on the first link, scrolling down, and then here MySQL community GPL downloads. Click on that. Then there is option for MySQL installer for Windows. Clicking on that. So there are two versions. One is MySQL web community and another one is just community. So we'll download the first one. It will ask for login, but there is an option below. No thanks, just start my download. So we have started the download and it's 2.5 MB. So now running it. Run the setup you have downloaded. After downloading, it will show us some options. So you have to select the setup type you want that suits your case, developer default, and here are the items present in this setup. So if we click server only, this will be present. If we click client only, these things will be present. So we click here on full, clicking on next. So there are two options. So we click on next. So it will automatically resolve because MySQL needs some prerequisites to install and work sufficiently properly. So we click on yes. So these are the things ready to download. We click on execute. After clicking on execute, it will show some downloading status. So after all the prerequisites for MySQL has been downloaded automatically, we'll click on next option. Then again these will be installed, so it will take some time to install all the prerequisites that MySQL has downloaded. Now after it's been completed, we'll click on next. We will click on next. We'll click on next and then use a strong password encryption. It is recommended. So next. So you have to remember your password and username in order to use MySQL. So use a password that you can remember easily. Let the default settings be there. Click on next. After that it will ask for some configurations, so you click on execute. After this configuration has been completed, we click on finish and then again we click on next. So let it be default. Click on finish and then next, click on next. The password which we used earlier, entered earlier, we will enter that here. So connection succeeded. So don't forget that password, it's very important. Click on execute. After it's been completed, we click on finish. Then Again clicking on next, it will show this screen. Click on finish. We need to check whether it is working properly or not, so we go to MySQL client server, command line client, and then we enter the password which we used while installing MySQL. So after that we write command show databases that are already present as samples. So if this appears, that means that your MySQL has been successfully installed. Now we move to the next step, in which we have to install XAMPP and connect it with MySQL. So we open Google and download my XAMPP. Sorry. So we click on the first link. Then downwards we download the latest version. So it will automatically start the download here. It may take some time, so wait. After it's been downloaded completely, we run it. Click OK. Click on next. Let it be default setting. Click on next. We click on next. Then again click on next. So it will take some time for unpacking the files. Successfully installed, we click on finish. After XAMPP is installed, we open the control panel, XAMPP control panel. Then we start Apache first, and then we click on MySQL start. So after both has been started, we go to the admin. So it will open a phpMyAdmin where you can create databases, and you can use these cluster of options to create your database with MySQL. So after successfully connecting with cluster, you can easily use MySQL and create databases. So after successfully connecting MySQL with XAMPP, we open phpMyAdmin. So to create database through phpMyAdmin, there are two ways. First, we can use the new command, and here we type your database name and then click create, or we can create using SQL commands. So here I write create database person. I put semicolon at the end and I click on go here. So MySQL returned an empty result set and the database is created. So you can see here with the name of person, our database is created. Now to add tables, we click on the database in which we want to add table, and then here you can name the table and the number of fields you require. Let's say I name it employee and number of fields I require is 2. So I click on go, and then here you can name the fields, the data type of the field, like whether int, varchar, text, date type, numeric, and there are so many different data types you can use for the fields. Then the values, length, default. So different features is there in this, and auto increment, whether to increase it automatically like in roll number or something, or whether to set it primary key or null, unique. So you can work on the fields here after creating a table in the database. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.